Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about they want you to fail. 3 types of haters to beware of. Okay, so before we even start talking about the types of haters, we have to realize that no matter who you are, the thing you can't have in your life is uncertainty, right? Uncertainty breeds fear. It breeds fear because you're unsure, right? Think about it like this. Imagine there's this big, scary house on a hill, right? It's dark, it's nighttime, and there's no lights. If you would open the door and go inside, you might have some fear of what might jump out at you. You might have a fear that something will crawl on you. Whatever, you're not sure what's going to happen because it's dark and you can't see. You're unsure, you're uncertain, and that can cause fear in you. The opposite of uncertainty, however, is clarity. When you are clear, when you know exactly why, when you know exactly how, you don't have that uncertainty, you don't have that fear, okay? So this brings us to our first type of hater. Okay, like I said, you must be certain of who you are. You can't allow the haters to bother you. You can't allow them and their issues that they're having inside their own head to cause uncertainty inside of you. All right, so that brings us to our first type of hater, the gladiator. Okay, this type of hater, they are champion haters. Okay, you almost can't beat them. Almost, you can, but you almost can't. I mean, they are champions. They hate on everything and everyone. It doesn't matter how that person feels about themselves, they will hate on them, okay? This could be a person who feels like they're trying to accomplish their goals, they feel like they're trying to lose weight or drink more water or whatever the actual thing is, there's a hater who will hate on them. That person can be walking around like, I'm just trying to figure it out, I'm just trying to make it work, I'm just trying to make it happen, and the hater will say, oh wow, look at them drinking water all the time. Like, these are gladiators, okay? Like, if you think about what an actual gladiator was, they were champions. Like, their whole role was to go into the arena and prove why they were the best. The gladiator is no different, okay? Out of all the other types of haters, they are the best because that's what they do. They hate. It's almost like they're striving to be the greatest hater of all times, right? Like I said, it could be someone, and this person could be trying to get the bag, right? They're trying to get their money up. They're trying to work on financial literacy to be able to teach their children or their future or whatever. And this person will be like, wow, look at them over there reading books about money. Look at them listening to podcasts instead of listening to music. I mean, the gladiator will hate on anything and everything. It doesn't even actually matter how the person feels about themselves, okay? So the biggest red flag with the gladiator is, like I said, they hate on everything and everyone. They will hate on you for growing hair. They will hate on you for having eyes. They will hate on you for having skin. They will hate on you for having teeth. Like, they will hate on anything and everything they can figure out. There's another red flag that you might notice when you're dealing with the gladiator, the champion of all haters, is that they're always complaining about things that don't make sense. Okay, this is the person that's at the gym with the six-pack talking about the little bit of fat they have on their stomach, even though they have a six-pack. This is the person that could be going to get inside of their Porsche and they're like, oh my God, there's dirt on my Porsche. Oh, I'll have to pay like $500 to get it detailed. Like, those people, okay? We don't care. We don't care about what you're talking about. You're too busy with your full-time job of hating to even be able to relax, make real connections, make real friendships. Like, they can't stand it. These type of people will always be miserable. Okay, because they can't see the forest for the trees. They can't count their own blessings. They can't fall in love and romanticize their own life because they're too busy looking at other people. This brings us to our second type of hater. Okay, the second type of hater is the social distance hater. The social distance hater, just like the name suggests, they hate on everything from a distance. Okay, that's this type of hater. They are the type that no matter what happens or no matter what they see, they're going to hate on it, but they're the opposite, right? For example, this type will hate on a skinny person while they're fat. This type will hate on people who wear makeup, but they don't wear any. right? This type will hate on people who go to college from their couch. Like, no matter what it is, they're going to hate on it, but there's definitely a gap or an amount of space between what they're hating on and what they actually are, okay? Like, for example, the biggest red flag with this type is that they are miserable, okay? Like, all of the haters are miserable. Segue. Okay, I don't think you can truly be a hater if you're not miserable. But this type of hater is only miserable about the things that they are not. The biggest red flag of this type of hater is that they are miserable about everything that they hate on, right? If they hate on skinny people, they also complain about their weight. They might say something like, oh, well, clothes don't get that cute when you get as big as me. Or they're tired and they say, well, I'm tired because of my health. Like, because I can't, when I eat, I get sleepy, I can't do much, and blah, blah, blah. And you might say, well, why don't you, work on your health and go to the gym and lose weight? Oh, so I can be like one of those skinny women who eats carrots all day. Like, they'll hate on you while being the opposite and complaining about whatever it is that they're complaining about. Like, it's crazy. How can you hate on somebody you feel is healthy or active and hate on them genuinely? Like I said, they'll say something like, oh, those skinny people over there eating carrots, eating rabbit food. But at the same time, they'll be complaining about their health, okay? Another red flag of this type is that they complain about things that don't come easy to them. For example, you might be at work, right? And you might say, hey, I'm working on myself. I'm putting effort into my appearance. I want to do my best. I want to represent myself the best that I can. You could come into work and they might say, oh, look at them. They think they're so cute because they get up in the morning and put on cute clothes, right? But behind closed doors, they might say something like, I wish I could get up and do all that in the morning. I barely have time. Like, I'm struggling just trying to get here for work, right? So this type of person, they will hate on the thing that they secretly want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might say, oh, I could do better than that, but I just don't want to put that kind of effort in, right? Those kind of people. All right. The third type of hater is the worst type. Okay, somewhere between Aretha Franklin and Future. It just ain't no way. Okay, the ain't no way hater, they are truly the worst type because they have a personal bone to pick with you. Okay, this personal bone comes from something deep inside themselves because they have internalized what other people told them was true about them and the world. Okay, everything you do bothers this type of hater because in their minds, they just can't believe it. It ain't no way, right? Like every time they think of you, it just ain't no way. If you're in love, if you have your bag together, if you look good and you put effort into your appearance, if you are on top of your grind, if you're working hard, if you're going to the gym, no matter what it is you're doing, they just cannot believe it. Like they can, and they have to hate on it. Okay, they just have to, because deep down they have internalized what the world told them, right? And that's sad, but that's what it is. That's why it's very important for you to look into different things that will help you unravel your conditioning. I even have an episode on that. Feel free to go back through and look and listen. You have to fix the things that just because someone told you was true doesn't mean it's true, right? Like, for example, if you are an exact copy of them, like an exact carbon copy, exactly same type of hair, same type of makeup, same type of everything, right? Then they don't feel threatened. It makes sense to them. But if you are different than them in any way, if you are yourself in any way, if you are unique in any way, they can't stomach it, right? If they're skinny and you're chubby and they don't have a man and you have one, they can't believe it. Wow. Chubby people can get men? What? If they're thick, right? Thick. And you're skinny, they were like, oh, you're skinny? I'm the one that's thick. You're skinny. You can't, how did you get this person? Or how did you get that type of man? Right? It doesn't matter what they are. If you're the opposite, they can't believe it. Right? The biggest red flag with this type is that they throw shade, okay? They will never not throw shade. They have to. They have to, okay? Because when they see you, they are automatically triggered. They're automatically triggered for something you didn't even do. They are triggered, absolutely triggered. I'll give you an example. If you were walking, right, and you got this fine, fine man on your arms, and he appears to be wealthy and well-mannered and well-groomed. You might show up in a nice car. You might be dressed, like the nicest designer outfit, the nicest shoes, the nicest bag. Like, truly, just doing your best to be on your level, live your best life, okay? You're just showing up as yourself, that kind of thing. When you show up, when they see you, they can't believe it. They might say, oh, sis, make sure you let me know what website you got all your fake things from. They look almost real. What? What? Oh, sis, what website you got your man from? I didn't know they was ordering them kind of fine men. What? You think I paid for an escort? Like, those kind of people, they have to throw shade. They must throw shade. They cannot handle it. Everything in them, when they see you, everything in them they have like a meltdown. I don't quite know what it is. Okay, because if I've ever been a hater in my life, it was never this type. But it is a whole thing. I've seen people and they will have a visceral reaction to whatever it is you are because they just can't believe it. They just cannot believe it, right? Another red flag or another notable flag with this type is that there's always salt on their face. Even if they're trying to be nice to you and smile and like, maybe there's a social situation and you're like at a party or something and they show up, even if they try to be friendly, there's a distinct, notable amount of salt on their face, right? After they throw shade, even if you answer the question, they might say something like, oh, sis, you have to let me know what website or what shop you got it to get your fake Louis bag. It looks almost real. You can say, well, sis, yeah, I got this from the Real. You can get secondhand bags for less than what they cost. So it is real, but it was a little cheaper. That's where I get it, right? Because I believe you should just answer people. And if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. But if you answer people, just tell them the truth. You don't have to respond with the same vibration that they're on, right? So you might say, yeah, I got it from the Real or Tradesy or wherever, right? They'll say, oh, wow, you must be doing real good. But even if they're smiling, it's just salt. Salt is just falling on the floor. Good Lord. What's Lot's wife? Didn't she turn into a pillar of salt? Like, just salt. Just salty, right? This type of person, they cannot be happy because in their mind, in their world, they were told, hey, in order to be successful, in order to be beautiful, in order to be talented, in order to be whatever, you must be this, and that. And if you as a person are anything outside of that, but you still have success, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. I think genuinely it has to do with a place of self-hate because they wanted to be themselves, but they don't feel like they can be themselves and still be successful. And that's kind of sad, but you have to understand that that's where their mindset is, right? And you have to say to yourself, I'm going to continue to do me regardless of their salt. Let them take their salt and just sweep it into a pile of dust, right? You can just turn it into a pile of salt, a pillar, if you will, right? That type of person, they will always be upset when they see you because everything you are is opposite of them. But it's really, like I said, they're really triggered because they wanted to be themselves and they couldn't be for whatever reason. And they don't feel like they could be themselves truly and be loved, or they don't feel like they could be themselves truly and have the things that they have, or they might have had to do some very dirty, grimy things and to get where they are, and you didn't have to do any of those things, so they just don't like you, right? They just can't. Even if they want to, they can't, right? So those are the three main types of haters. I want you to be aware of this type, but also I want you to always remain in your state of mental clarity where you understand these people are triggered because you're doing something right. If you were the exact same as the third type of hater, the ain't no way hater, that person would like you. But you being yourself, you being different, you being unique makes them upset. Continue to be yourself. Continue to be you. Continue to shine as you. Continue to do the things you do. Continue to be you, right? If it was the second type of hater, the hater that is always complaining, right? The social distance hater, leave them where they are. These people will never do anything. They will never actually do anything that they hate on. And so all that means is that you have even more space and even more opportunity to win because it's one less person to not compete with. Right? You could be a singer or an artist and you say, I'm going to put out an album, and you work and you put out a project. The second type of hater, the social distance hater, they will say, oh, wow, I'm just as talented as you are, but I just didn't put out an album because I don't want to really do that with my life. See, that's just another person that you don't have to compete with as you try to make it big or do your best to win on your way to winning. Really, I speak winning over your life, sis, right? And the gladiators, the champion of all haters, those people are miserable. It doesn't even matter what they have going on. They can go to bed in their mansions and sleep in their incredible beds and get dressed from their incredible closets, and they will still be unhappy, right? So I leave you with the most positive message I can think of. At the end of the day, you were created to be you. Therefore, you are already the person you were supposed to be. So just continue to be even more of the person that you already are. At the end of the day, I wish you nothing but luck, love, and success. Goodbye.